What's up YouTube, it's JackalGoldKick. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about why me and Kadeem Theking can't be friends anymore and why I want to make this public. Because, you know, there was a second beef. Me and him did a live stream and then he deleted it and his disses. But I kept mine. Look people, I need to be honest about something. My friendship and my relationship with Kadeem Theking was toxic. It was a toxic relationship. Was there some good things? Yes. Thumbnail job, getting paid for that. Some good conversations, collab videos, but there was more bad than good. And our entire friendship and relationship with me knowing him since like 2015, it just felt toxic. And I wasn't happy. And I wasn't, you know, I just wasn't happy being friends with him. I had always had so many issues with this guy, you know, and I honestly don't like him, you know, and for a long time I bottled in a lot of my issues with Kadeem Theking and a lot of the things I don't like about him. I bottled that shit in and never really just been honest because of the thumbnail job. You know, I made thumbnails for his videos and he would pay me. I didn't have any other way to make my own money, so I'm like, fuck it, let me just let all this shit slide. Let me just try to ignore the stuff that I have issue with and just make money. Fuck it. And it just got to a point where it was causing too many issues with this recent beef, with some of our recent interactions. I just don't like this guy. I can't stand this guy. And I have to make this video public because that way fans don't ask him or me to be cool again, because it's not going to work. You know, me and Kadeem Theking will never be cool. I can't stand the guy, you know. It's like living in the house with someone you can't stand. You're like, not this motherfucker again. You know, trying to get me and Kadeem Theking to be cool with each other and for us to be friends. That's like trying to get Vegeta on this shirt to be friends with Frieza. It's not going to work, metaphorically speaking. And, you know, for those that want to know, why don't you like Kadeem Theking? What's your problems with him? Well, okay, I'll go over the things. So, I'll go off the top first, actually. I just felt like, you know, I didn't like the fact that he had an ego. You know, he thought he was King fucking Tut. I mean, if you want a further in-depth thing, I'll link the video in the description. I have a Mr.Beef on Kadeem. Everything that I said about him is genuinely how I feel about him. And I will go ahead and admit to this. Everything Speardo 21 and the Kadeem Theking showed, where I went behind his back and all the things I said about Kadeem Theking, that's actually how I feel about him. That is actually how I feel about him. Yes, it is. But I didn't admit to it, and I, you know, bottled a lot of this in, and I wasn't honest because of the thumbnail job. And that was probably stupid, but I was like, hey, this is a good job. Let me just try to ignore a lot of this stuff. But in the end, it just led me to waste time and days and years with someone I just can't fucking stand, you know? The guy has a huge ego problem. I hate his ego. I cannot stand how he thinks he's King Tut. He's a narcissist. He wants to tell me that I need to do this or do that and own up to all my problems and own up to all my flaws, but he won't do the same. I'll give you just one example. You know how many times I pressed him about TG Venom, like, yo, you lied about him, you know you did, and he just diverges the topic. Why do you care about TG Venom? Why are you so concerned with the man? Like, shut the fuck up. Come on, man. You know you lied about TG Venom, but you know, let's divert the fucking topic, right? So, you know, there is just so much bullshit in my relationship with Kadeem Theking. There was so much bullshit between us. There were things about him that I hated, maybe some things I liked, but there was more things I hated about him, and he pretty much felt the same way about me. It was just a toxic fucking friendship and a toxic relationship, and I want no more part of it, period, because I wasn't happy. Even after the live stream that everybody saw, I was like, damn, I'm really cool with this guy again. What the fuck am I doing? Like, I wasn't happy being friends with Kadeem Theking. I just like, why am I cool with this dude? Fuck this guy. You know, fuck this guy. Challenged him to a fight more than once. He didn't come fight me. He didn't even go fight, you know, Rocket Dog. Oh, I'm not going to go fight Rocket Dog because he's, you know, the cops or whatever. Coward. I don't like this guy, you know. And like I said, if you want to know more in depth, watch my video. But I'll go over the things again, you know. like I said, the TG Venom beef, you know, he lied about TG Venom and claimed he destroyed his career, but TG Venom has more success than he has. And at the time I was just like, dude, like, there was just like, in our entire friendship, especially when the thumbnail thing started, which I can't remember when it started, but when the thumbnail job started, I just felt like there was a lot of things he did and said that I took an issue with or I didn't like. But like I said, I bottled it in and wasn't honest about it because of the thumbnail job. You know, whether it was him saying something about Justin Bieber's seizure face, I thought that was bullshit that he did that. That was wrong. Or at times I just felt like he was disrespectful towards me when we interacted. I feel like a lot of times in general he was disrespectful towards me with the way we interacted, whether it was what he said or how he said certain things. And I would always ask him, did you mean it that way? And then he would have an issue with it, you know. So, you know, his ego, how he handled the TG Venom thing, the Justin Bieber seizure shit, you know, and just, I just can't stand somebody like him who's so cocky and thinks they're King Tut. It's just fucking annoying. It's like, who the fuck are you? You know, you got 1.8K subs. You got all these big connects, but you ain't blown up. You know? And like the Spear Dude beef, like, he wants to act like he's buddy-buddy with Spear Dude, but yet he said he's better than the guy. You know? How are you cool with Spear Dude 21 but say you're better than him? Come on now. And saying I'm a coward because I didn't diss him. No, because I'm not on your dumb bullshit. The ego thing I already talked about. You know? The fact that I feel like he's a hypocrite. Oh, you know, Jackal said the N-word and I'm against racism, but I can use the word F-A-G-G-O-T. And if you look the definition up for that word, fuck it, I'll Google it. I'll fucking Google this shit and show you motherfuckers. If you look up the F-A-G-G-T word, what does it mean? What does it mean? What's the definition of F-A-G-G-O-T? Offensive, North American, a gay man. That's literally what it says on the fucking dictionary, the definition. And this guy uses that word all the time, a word that brought down gay people, but you know, it's not right for other ethnicities to use the N-word. Like, oh, fuck the racist shit, but I can use this shit that brought down gay people. You're a fucking hypocrite. You know, the Cash App scam, apparently that was a lie. He told me just to test something, the fuck ever. The Ariana Grande thing that I beefed with him back in the day for, he never owned up to that shit. He never apologized for that fucked up thing he said about Ariana Grande's concert. Never did. And he didn't learn from it, because at least the next thing, he did it again with the Justin Bieber shit. Made fun of Justin Bieber's fucking seizure face. You know? Made fun of Justin Bieber's fucking seizure face. Didn't apologize for either of those. Didn't see anything wrong with it. And also, another thing I want to mention, I didn't like the fact that, you know, it bothered me when he said that he was like, you know, it's like this ego thing where it's like he said he's better than a lot of people, you know, better than YouTubers he works with, better than people he interviews. Like, I hated the fact that he thought that, because it's like, it just seems disrespectful. You're collabing with me and all these people, but you think you're better than us? Like, who the fuck are you, you know? It's like, the interviews, the collabs, I didn't like how on certain collabs he's like, yeah, you know, I gotta take time on my part because I can't let you outshine me, this and that. And it's just like, what an arrogant fucking asshole, you know? It's so fucking cocky, you know? Saying he's better than a lot of people he's fucking worked with. I can't stand that shit. The unreleased songs of artists, I don't even know if that's true or not. Could have been another lie. The Gully Boy beef, he was arrogant as hell in that, and a fucking idiot. He dissed Gully Boy because there was it wasn't the real Gully Boy, it was a fake Gully Boy that basically said was being disrespectful, and then he dissed him. But who knows if that's true, because Kadeem the King's a fucking liar. He's a fucking liar. Look at his beef with TG Venom. He lied. Period. Look at it. His video's gone about me, but his video about me, he lied. He tried to say, oh, Jackal stole from me with the reactions. That's another thing I find so egotistical about this guy. He is so full of himself, so fucking King Tut, that it's like, he has ownership of certain ideas and certain content. Like, yeah, I own these ideas, and people steal from me all the time and don't give credit. Like, shut the fuck up, you know? You have such an ego that you think you own everything, and you own this, and you own that. You don't own a damn fucking thing. You just make content like me and everybody else. There was people dissing before you came on YouTube. You want to claim that you came in the game unique with a dissing style. I know someone who dissed like 2 or 3 years before you did. And I'll look that shit up right fucking now. Somebody dissed I Must Destroy All, dissed him in 2013 before Kadeem Theking ever did. I'm gonna look that shit up and show you guys. I'm gonna show y'all it. I Must Destroy All diss, right? When did this come out? January 5th, 2013. And what does he do on the camera? Talk shit about the YouTuber, says he sucks. Pretty much how Kadeem does it. And this guy was doing this way before Kadeem Theking. Don't believe me? I'll pull up Kadeem Theking's first ever video, which will be a short. His dissing shit, right? If I can fucking find this shit. About Soulja Boy, right? Because he has such an ego that he thinks he owns ideas. You don't own shit. I'm trying to figure out when this was made. Description. 2014, November 22. That's when he started his channel and made his first diss. So how are you going to sit there and claim that you own these ideas and you started the dissing stuff, but yet this guy, Golden Arm 16, he was dissing people way before you. You know? Plenty of people diss. So he has the ego problem with the fact that he, claims that he owns all this content. Like, I own all these ideas. No, you don't. You know? And he copies people too. He copied certain playlists I made. I did 2020 videos. Now he wants to do it. He would recite certain rhymes that Hobson would use or Eminem would use and shit like that. But yet he claimed he was so original. His beef with Almighty 7 AK, I regret participating in that. And I apologize to Almighty 7 AK. He's not a pedophile. And Kadeem Theking was wrong for what he did. He split the community apart. He was an asshole. And he lost a lot of fans and friends and burned a lot of bridges because of that bullshit, because of that fucking Almighty 7 AK beef, everything that ensued with it. And he went behind Spear Dude's back plenty of times. Oh, Spear Dude's taking shots at me. That's how much of an ego this guy has. He thinks Spear Dude 21 is dissing him. No, he's not. The one time, in his TG Venom video, what did he say? I just don't agree with what Kadeem Theking, I don't agree with him dissing TG Venom. That's how he felt, So you feel like, he went behind Spear Dude's back. Always talk to me about Spear Dude 21's taking shots at me. Fucking, what else? Saying he's better than Spear Dude 21. But I'm the only one that goes behind people's backs, right? Yeah, sure. He owes me money, which I sure hope he keeps his word business-wise. But honestly, I'm so just done with not wanting anything to do with this guy that he's also fine with Cardi B's actions. Like I said in my Mr.Beef video, he literally told me on a video call, yeah, I see nothing wrong. Like, this is what he told me. I don't see anything wrong with what Cardi B did, drugging and robbing men, because she had to make it somehow, and those guys should, they were doing bad anyway, sleeping with strippers. So he defended Cardi B, He also never dissed R. Kelly, even though he was supposed to, Or, like, let's talk about the fact that he'll diss Donald Trump, but he won't diss Joe Biden. What's up with that? You should be against all politicians and all politics, all the big connects he has, and he still can't blow up. And I also feel like he subliminally dissed me in his Instagram too. Like, even after the live stream, I was checking his Instagram, and I see these 2 videos where he's like, don't go contacting people I interview and saying this, and I was the only one that did that. So I feel like he was subliminally still even dissing me even after the fucking live stream. Like, damn, that's crazy. Because I told the Joker, I'm like, hey, he said he's better than you. The Joker didn't give a shit. But yeah. 16. Like I said, he almost dissed Omar Gooden Jr. and Jack the Juice. Or he did diss Omar Gooden Jr., but he deleted the diss because he was too stupid to realize it was a fake account. He almost dissed Jack the Juice and the interview wasn't happening fast enough. He said something before, and I got this wrong. It wasn't Black America, it was a Black Planet. Where he literally said, yeah, the world is scared of a black planet, but I'm the racist. I'm the guy who hates black people, and I said the N-word. But this is coming from a dude who talked about a black planet. Sounds pretty racist to me. What else? He backstabbed me when we first squashed beef, and that's just factual. He tried to do that bullshit in the live stream. Well, bro, you talked about me in the live stream. Bro, what are you talking about? I didn't even live stream back in the day in fucking 2017. If you go back and check the analytics, the last video I posted at the trailer was like me talking about Mr. Sauceman X. And after that, I had to get away from my dad, and I went through some shit. Was gone from YouTube for 3 months, and that's when Kadeem the King made that post. After we squashed beef, he made that Facebook post saying people thought Jackal Gold Kick overcame and outshined me, but I outshined him, and that was disrespectful. And I said something about, like, what the fuck, I thought we were cool. And then he drops the this ain't Jackal Gold Kick, the death blow. And he's never apologized for that shit, just like he never apologizes for half of the other shit he does, because he's a fucking narcissist, you know. And I also did a lot for him, you know, his thumbnails. Yeah, I appreciate the payment, but you know what? Even the thumbnail job was frisky, you know, because it was like, how it should have went is he paid me, then I make him thumbnails, or he's faster on the payment. Because the thing with the thumbnail job, it's like it's like I made the thumbnails, then I had to wait to be paid, and it took a while for me to be paid, and I couldn't even live off that shit if I wanted to. And look, this isn't me just saying this because I don't like the guy. This is some truth. If you're someone that's going to be a thumbnail maker or do any kind of business with Kadeem the King, be careful once there's issues and once there's problems. You want to know why? Because whenever we had issues or we had possible beef, especially the second beef, he was basically going to withhold money he owed me, even though he already got the thumbnails I made. And I'm going to show proof of that shit. I'm going to show proof of that shit right fucking now, that he tried to withhold money because we had issues. So I'm going to pause this and look for a voice clip of him talking about it. But yeah, I'll be right back. So yeah, I found the voice message. Hopefully you guys will be able to hear this. But this is when we were going back and forth and he had his videos up. He owes me about like 150, you know, somewhere around there for thumbnails I've made that he already has. And this is what he was basically saying when we were beefing. And this is why I'm warning you guys. If you do business with Kadeem the King, he might not keep his end of the bargain if you start to have issues. So if you do business with this guy, make sure you sign a contract or have some kind of protection. I didn't. You know, it was raw. You know, no pun intended. So check this shit out.
Because like I said, the plan was always to pay you. Because I'm not that kind. I'm not a psychic dude. But one thing you're not going to do, you're going to keep doing your end of the bargain. You're going to keep working. You're going to stay working whenever I'm with you. That's what you're going to do.
So I don't know if you heard that, but he basically said that, you know, what he pretty much did is he said that I would have, there was some, he was making this bullshit up where it's like, yeah, you got 3 more months left. And it's like when we were beefing and dissing each other, he wanted me to keep making thumbnails for him, even though we were beefing with each other, or else I wasn't going to get paid. It's like, fuck you. You know, I already made you thumbnails, motherfucker. Pay me what you owe. Fuck this more 3-month shit. I gave you the thumbnails I made. You pay me what I'm owed. So, yeah, he owes me a lot of money. 150, 100, something like that. Because I made him plenty of thumbnails. This and Jada Pinkett Smith. Fucking, a lot of the videos he has planned that he'll have thumbnails for is shit that I made. You know? So he owes me money. And like I said, be careful if you do business with this guy, because every time we had some issues or we had some beef or just some problem, you know, it's almost like he would withhand the money or hold it back and basically threaten and act like he wasn't going to pay me when I offered my end of the bargain. You know, that's what that's what happened. And you know, that's why I think that's another reason why it was hard for me to be honest about how I really felt about this dude, because it's like, you know, there ain't no contract, I ain't got no protection, and this motherfucker ain't gonna pay me. So if you do business with Kadeem the King, get a contract or get some protection, because just like he did with me, where plenty of times, and even in the second beef, oh, I'm gonna pay you when I feel like paying you. Like, what? I already made you plenty of thumbnails. Pay me now, motherfucker. I ain't gonna sit here and keep doing more work. You pay me for the thumbnails I've already made. What are you talking about? In fact, let's pull up some fucking receipts on Cash App, since that's where he sent the money, right? Let's pull some receipts up on this bitch. Let me pause it. Alright, I pulled the receipts up. The last time that he paid me for my thumbnail work, when was that? August 10th. I haven't been paid since August 10th. So the rest of August and September and October, and no payments. No fucking payments from this guy. But when it came to making thumbnails, oh, I was always there on time. So yeah, I haven't been paid since August 10th, and I'm owed like 150, you know. And another fucked up thing he was trying to do with the thumbnail bullshit is we had an issue before that prior, because it was a toxic friendship. It was. I was stupid for even trying to make things work for as long as possible. But like, you know, even before that, he was trying to do this bullshit where it's like, you know, if we can't be cool and I gotta get a new thumbnail maker, it's like the whole agreement from the side of the point of the business from the beginning was, I make the thumbnails, he pays. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. But he was trying to change some rule where it's like, well, you know, some of those thumbnails you made, I'm not going to use those anymore, so I'm not paying for those. So I need you to make new ones. It's like, hold the fuck up. I already made the thumbnails. I don't give a shit if you're not using them or not. That's not a part of the business deal. You pay for what I make. I don't give a fuck if you use it or not. So even with the thumbnail job, it's like it was toxic, you know, because I had to wait to get paid, and I haven't been paid since August 10th. Didn't get paid for the rest of August, didn't get paid for September or October. And yet when it comes to making thumbnails, I was always there, always ready to make them. I was such an idiot for being cool with somebody I just couldn't stand and thought was a toxic person to be friends with for a job that, you know, didn't pay enough to live off of it. Like I said, he didn't even pay me since August 10th, but I was there to make plenty of thumbnails, and I just always felt pressure that I had to ask him, like, when am I getting paid? When am I getting paid? When am I getting paid? And then I have to worry and be paranoid about not getting paid because the motherfucker will withhold and make his own rules if things don't go his way, or if he wants different thumbnails, or if there's some beef or issues. But I was always there to present thumbnails. I never once tried doing, from what I can recall, anything dirty or scammy with thumbnails. I was always there. I wish I would have had some protection or fucking contract. So yeah, I did a lot for him. You know, I collabed with him. I gave him half of what he has. If it wasn't for me working with him with the exhibit collab and all the people I introduced him to, people wouldn't even know who he is. They wouldn't. He wouldn't have anything if it wasn't for me collabing with him. You know, I had more subs than him at one point. And yeah, I did a lot for him, you know. He called himself God before. I said that in my Mr.Beef video. He called himself God, saying happy birthday, God, you know, which is so egotistical. And he had fake Facebook pages back in the day pretending to be Hobson to promote his own fucking page, his own YouTube. He has the Keek videos. He's a liar. He's lied plenty of times. He lied about me in his deleted diss. He lied about TG Venom. And also, I'm the only reason he has thumbnails. And I can't. I'll get to that in a minute. He copied Nas with the whole ether thing. He always says he ethers people, but that's Nas' shit. And then I think the biggest thing about him that I don't understand is he would always say, he would always claim that he destroys careers and he destroys people and he ethers people and he gets them up out of here and he destroys people. But if you look at anybody he's dissed, he's never did that to anybody. He's never did that to anybody. Whether it was TG Venom, whether it was the rappers he dissed, Cody the King of YouTube, no matter what, they all still had their thing. Nobody stopped messing with them or killed them or nothing. You didn't do anything to destroy anybody's career. You've never destroyed anybody's career. That's how egotistical this guy thinks. You know, I already went over this in the Mr.Beef video. But yeah, link in the description. Go watch my Mr.Beef video, Fuck Kadeem the King. Because what I said about him, I went more in depth, and that's how I really feel about him. And all the shit that he was saying about me, yeah, JackalGoldKick went behind my back and said this and that. Yeah, that's how I really feel about Kadeem the King. I'm just going to be honest, yep. Because I feel like we had a toxic friendship. And I have to make it a public video because even in the second beef, people are wondering, you know, can we just have you and Kadeem the King be cool? Why can't you guys just be cool? Can we get you guys to be cool? You know, I'm not making anybody pick sides or anything like that, but I want to tell not only fans of mine, but fans of his, or people who like both of us, we'll never be able to be cool, and we'll never be able to squash beef, because I don't want to be cool with the guy. I don't want to be friends with the guy. I don't want anything to do with him anymore. I don't want to be associated with him anymore. I hate him. I can't stand him, for all the reasons I mentioned. He has an ego problem, some of the thumbnail bullshit I talked about, claiming he destroys careers when he doesn't, lying about shit like the TG Venom shit. And then, like, another thing I thought was toxic about the friendship, it was so fucking one-sided. It's all about the bad things I did and all the horrible shit I did, but it was never about the bad shit he does, you know? It's always about the bad shit I did, and I should own up for it, and look what Jackal said, and look at this, look at that. But when it came to bad things he did, he would never own up to them. He would never be held accountable for it. Never would. And that's what a narcissist is. Kadeem the King is a narcissist. That's what he is. Egotistical. He's a narcissist. And like being friends with him, like I would rather drink my own piss than ever be cool with Kadeem the King again. Like fuck that shit. Like no, I can't do it. You know, I can't, because in general I just found our friendship to be very toxic, just because he was egotistical and he said he was always better than everyone, and I couldn't stand his views on like you know, the race shit. But then he would use, then it's like he would have these certain views on race, but then he would turn around and use a slur that brings gay people down, which I always thought was hypocritical. He was fine with Cardi B's actions. He would lie about TG Venom, and a lot of times I just feel like he was disrespectful towards me with the way, like in general, a lot of our interactions, I feel like he was disrespectful towards me with the way he said things and how he said things, and I always had to confront him about it, and it caused issues. And our whole friendship, we've always had problems, always had issues, had 2 beefs because of it, had arguments. It's just, it became clear to me that it wasn't working. And even after the live stream, I just felt this like depression, and just this like, I got depressed today because I'm like, I need to stop this bullshit and just be honest about how I really feel about Kadeem the King. And this is the truth, people. And I'm making this a Mr.Beef video. You know, if he wants to make videos, you know, I'm sure he'll do his video on his side of the story. That's fine. Everybody got their own side of the story. You know, and I'm gonna be mad at him making his own video about what he thinks, but I'm sure he's gonna diss me and do whatever he has to do. But I want nothing to do with Kadeem the King anymore. It's over between me and him. I even tried to like okay, before I made this video, I tried to talk to him. Like I told the truth. Everything I'm saying in this video, I'm like, yes, everything you heard me say about you behind your back, it is the truth, right? That's what I said to him. That's exactly what I said to him. And when it came to the TG Venom thing, where he lied about TG Venom, right? When he lied about TG Venom, right? When he lied about the TG Venom beef, or when he lied about the stuff about TG Venom, you know, one of the many things I think he should own up to and address, just like how he wants me to own up to all the bad stuff I did and address all the bad stuff I did, even though he never addresses all the bad things he does or owns up to any of it. This is what he had to say when he gets pressed about the TG Venom lies. This is what he had to say to me.
Why are you so concerned with another man? Like, stop being concerned with TG Venom so much. He don't even know. He don't even talk about you, bro. Stop being concerned about that other dude, bro. Whatever me and him had is what me and him had, bro. Stop with the bullshit where it's like, he had a beef, bro. Shit. Why the fuck are you? It's like you're obsessed with him or something.
See, he diverted the entire topic, and that right there is why it won't work. So we wouldn't even be able to talk it out. We wouldn't even be able to talk it out. It could be some shit where it's like, all right, here's all my issues with him, and he's going to address it and own up to it and apologize, and I'm gonna do the same. That wouldn't work, because this is the kind of person Kadeem the King is. He's a narcissist. He will never own up for the bad things he did and apologize for it publicly and own up to it. And that clip right there proved it. You know, the deleted live stream or this shit right here. It's like, the point is this. You lied about TG Venom, claiming he commented on your big bitch video, which is bullshit, because I watched your channel back in the day, and Tyshawn Zone never once commented on there, and he was never even watching your fucking channel. You know, and you don't have no proof of that, and you refuse to go in your Gmail and look for his damn name. And then also you lied about him stealing music, and instead of addressing that and saying, yeah, I lied about TG and being a man and admitting, he just diverts it and says, why are you so obsessed with a man? It's like, damn, I sure don't divert shit. You know, when I told him the truth on Messenger, I was honest. I didn't divert shit, you know. So fuck, man. I may have known Kadeem the King since 2015, but I'm cutting ties with him. I want nothing to do with him anymore. I don't want to be cool with him anymore. It's over. I'm done with him. It was a toxic friendship, and I don't want to be cool with him anymore. So fans of his, fans of mine, or people that like both of us, please don't ask me to ever be cool with him, and don't ask him to be cool with me, because I want nothing to do with him. I found the entire friendship toxic, and I was such an idiot. And I was pretty stupid and fake, you know, maybe not fake, but I was pretty stupid for letting all this bullshit and all these problems about Kadeem Theking I had slide just because of a thumbnail job. It's time I'd be actually honest and tell it how it is. Yes, this is how I really feel about Kadeem Theking. And watch the Mr.Beef video I made of him. That's how I really feel about him. I don't like this guy. Our friendship was toxic, and he's not going to change for the better. You know, the fact that he can't even own up to the TG Venom lies, that's proof. You know, every time I press him on stuff, it would just, he would like twist it around. But when it came to bad things I did, I would have to own up to it, or do this or do that, and, you know, own up to it and talk about it. I never, you know, but he twists things around. If he gets pressed about TG Venom, he'll twist it around, divert the topic, won't admit he lied about him. If I press him about the Justin Bieber seizure shit, right, he'll twist it around and say it's just dark humor. You know, just, I want nothing to do with the guy anymore, period. I want to be done with Kadeem Theking, and that's why I had to make this video. That way the public knows, and that way I can rest easy and live easy knowing I no longer have to be cool with this guy and be associated with him. The only thing I want to see from him is that money in my pocket that he owes me. Like I said, he ain't paid me since August 10th, and he owes me like 150, somewhere around there, for the thumbnails I made. That's the only thing I want to see from Kadeem Theking, because he's got plenty of thumbnails he's going to use. And if he refuses to pay me and doesn't want to pay me money because of this shit, then it is what it is. Fuck the money, you know. But the principle is he should pay me because it's business. You know, he has the thumbnails. And like I said, people, anybody out there that does business with Kadeem Theking, get a contract, get protection, because our shit was raw and there was no contract and protection. And I just feel like he's a narcissist, unlikable person. He was toxic to be friends with. He's a manipulator. And this is how I feel about Kadeem Theking. And that is why me and Kadeem Theking will not be, whatever I titled this video, this is why we won't be friends anymore and why it's over, you know. I just feel more at peace, and I just feel so much more happier and better to not have anything to do with him. I don't want to be cool with the guy. Like, I'd rather drink piss. I'd rather do anything than fucking be cool with that guy. Fuck that guy. That's how I feel about it. It's exactly how I feel about it. And shame on me for letting so much bullshit from this asshole slide, all because of a thumbnail job. So, yeah, this isn't no fake buffoonery or some kind of WWE shit, we're gonna be cool again. No, this is how I feel. This is the truth. And that's all I gotta say in this Mr.Beef, whichever episode it is. Peace out. And yeah, that's the last thing I'm gonna say about him, because he ain't gonna show up and fight, because we already seen that. But I'm out.